Hello, today I will review the Astron Rex, the Tier 8 American premium tank. This tank has a special clip, so the special thing about this tank is its clip, which contains of 5 shells, 300 damage, 320 damage each. And it's 4 seconds intra-clip reload time, so the clip is reloading its shells in the clip pretty long, but 4 seconds, well, that's a special thing, like that it's 4 seconds isn't as fast, but you also have this nice clip of 5 shells. So at the start of the battle I'm going to the kill because I'm fighting tier 6, I'm spotting this LTG, and I can afford to like try to farm some tanks at the start of the battle here. I arrived at this position here, there is a T-30-43. I'm tanking this shot, he is throwing my gun. So I'm peeking out on the T-69 here. Well, this was a bad shot by me because I should ride the mask. And this isn't the spot where you should shoot the tank. And now I want to go out and just farm him, so one shot. The T-34 is doing some weird things there. Now he shot, so I can just aim out for this cheek. He's penetrating me once with the cupola, and I am finishing him off. So I dealt 1162 damage to him with this clip. And I also tanked 910 damage, so that's fine. The tank's armor is, well, it can be helpful, but it isn't the best. It has a huge cupola at this tank, so it might hinder you from playing right at the front with this tank. The mobility is pretty good with this tank. I like the mobility. It is accelerating pretty fast, and well, you go a good top speed actually. So I already shot two shells in the magazine. I have 3 shells reloading. Whole 1 damage assist here. The only problem of this tank is ammunition. The base ammunition is 120 to 170 millimeters of penetration. Well, I think I can just farm this tank here, and that I'm doing it. So the penetration on the base cells is like the penetration on the Buras. So it isn't really as good. Well, it's just a bad penetration there. So I was just playing for fun, and that's why I was using gold ammunition with 250 millimeters of penetration, so that's fine against tier 8. Of course you can play with the AP shells, but sometimes you really suffer a bit. So that's the big downside, the only big downside of this tank, because the gun is interesting, it is fun to play, it has great I want to say penetration, no. Stabilization. So the stabilization is really one of the things I really like at this tank. Most tier 8 tanks don't have really good stabilization, and this is one of the tanks that has a really comfortable gun on tier 8. So I'm just trying to, well, finish off my magazine, and I am doing that here. So if you want to farm credits on this tank, you really have to be aware that you may have troubles penetrating some tanks, but if you just want to have fun, then this tank is really good for that. Just because of this nice clip with 4 seconds intra-clip reload time, you might think, well, that's a huge number for intra-clip reload time, but it's still good. So it's just a special thing about this tank, that it has such a fast cyclic in magazine gun. And they just need to kill this tank here. They should do it fast, I think. Oh, well, they're dying there. And that's it for this battle. Going on a little sea tour here. So in this battle I dealt 4053 damage, 2 kills, 708 assists, and 1199 damage. I received 17,000 credits. Well, it's actually 57, but it was a daily reward there for 40,000. And I was playing without any reserves, so you could even improve it, but it would maybe be I would guess it would be around 50,000 then. And so this was just a battle to show you the possibilities of this tank. If you shoot gold ammunition, this tank can farm, but only if you really penetrate, and it can really get difficult against heavy tanks to penetrate them even in the lower plates. But still, this tank is a fun tank to play. It's a good tank for tier 8 just because of how comfortable the gun is. Even though it hasn't the best accuracy, it has still a good aiming time and stabilization. On this tank I am using stabilizer, then aiming to have at least 0.34 because otherwise you would just... Alright, game is lagging. Otherwise you would just have 0.37 and then ventilation. You can have hardening instead of ventilation, but I would just like to improve the overall stat. For modernization I would use this one, then I would use the improved aiming sight, and then I would buff the concealment because the reverse speed is just really good on this tank. 28 reverse speed, and you can even make it 32, so this tank is driving back faster than some other tank forward. So that's it for this video. Like and subscribe, and bye. See you next video.